King expresses sadness, concern about frontliners infected with COVID-19. ILSRE registration via email to ease withdrawal. Hello and welcome. You're with me, Amin Carlos, for updates at noon. Well, the Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah has expressed his sadness and concern over the news that several healthcare workers from the Ministry of Health, or MOH, and private healthcare facilities have been infected with COVID-19. The Comptroller of the Royal Household of Istana Negara, Dato' Ahmad Fadil Samsudin, said Al-Sultan Abdullah was extremely concerned about the situation, as the healthcare workers were the frontliners who spent most of their time and energy to help contain the pandemic. Now, in a statement, Dato' Ahmad Fadil Samsudin said in this regard, His Majesty called on the people to be honest and truthful with health personnel in giving information about their travel history and close contacts to determine the source of infection, thus containing the spread of the disease. Al-Sultan Abdullah also urged those who had close contacts with confirmed COVID-19 cases and had developed symptoms of the disease to immediately go to the nearest government health facility for examination. Now, the King also expressed his appreciation for the sacrifice, commitment and dedication of COVID-19 frontliners, including personnel of Health Ministry, government agencies, as well as private healthcare facilities. His Majesty also conveyed his condolences to the family members of those who have died of COVID-19 and called on Malaysians to continue praying so that the COVID-19 situation can be tackled as soon as possible. The Health Ministry has successfully secured 33 million units of personnel protective equipment, or PPEs. Now, Health Director General Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said the PPEs will be distributed to all health facilities this week. Apart from this, Dr. Nur Hisham said the government had also received donations of PPEs totaling 3 million units from various parties, and a portion of these would also be distributed to health facilities based on need.
Pihak Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia ingin memaklumkan bahawa isu kekurangan bekalan PPE, iaitu Personal Protective Equipment, merupakan satu isu berkaitan dengan COVID-19 yang merentas negara. Pihak Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia sentiasa memberi keutamaan kepada aspek keselamatan anggota kesihatan. Oleh itu, pihak Kementerian Kesihatan telah mengambil pelbagai langkah dalam memastikan bekalan PPE yang mencukupi untuk setiap fasilitis Kementerian Kesihatan melalui penyelarasan pembekalan bersama Jabatan Kesihatan Negeri.
Earlier, videos of medical staff making PPE from plastic bags, dustbin liners and cling wrap went viral on social media. This was due to inadequate PPE supply at the Health Ministry facilities. Well, a total of 132 Tahfiz students of the Sri Petaling Mosque were transferred to the quarantine station at the Institute Sosial Malaysia, or ISM, yesterday. Kuala Lumpur Fire and Rescue Department JBPM in a statement noted that the department's hazardous materials, or hazmat team, carried out the disinfecting process on all students before they were transferred. Now, the statement said all Tahfiz students were taken to the quarantine station in 4 buses escorted by the police. It said the transfer process of all students was completed by about 2:30 p.m. and the 4 buses were then disinfected. Meanwhile, the department has shared several photos of the transfer process on its official Facebook. Now, the Sri Petaling Mosque, which hosted the Tabligh Assembly on 20th February to 1st March, is now the largest cluster of COVID-19 infections. The people are advised to avoid going to the Malaysia-Thailand border entry point in Durian Burong, Kedah, which has been closed until further notice to curb the spread of COVID-19. Padang Terap District Police Chief DSP Noh Idris said police are also conducting roadblocks around the area to avoid any confusion.
Masih ada lagi yang, sebab ini adalah sempadan bersama dengan Thailand. Banyak pekerja-pekerja Thailand yang bekerja di ladang-ladang berhampiran dengan Durian Burong. Jadi kita nasihatkan untuk tidak ada pergerakan keluar masuk sekarang ni. So tinggallah di kawasan tempat kerja masing-masing lah.
Well, he was speaking to RTM after monitoring inter-district roadblocks in Kuala Nerang. It is noted that the Thai government has also closed 9 border checkpoints to Malaysia until further notice due to the spread of COVID-19. The Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, with the cooperation of the police, is investigating the cases of 5 individuals alleged to have spread fake news about COVID-19. Well, in a statement, the MCMC said they were a part of 43 reports the Commission received from members of the public, with 18 suspects identified. The Commission and police are collaborating through a cybercrime committee to address the spread of fake news, especially about COVID-19, which can mislead Malaysians and create panic. Now, the investigations are being conducted in several locations in Perak and Penang under Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act 1988, which carries a maximum fine of 50,000 ringgit or 1 year of imprisonment, or both, upon conviction. 3 members of a family were burnt to death in an early morning house fire at Kampung Sungai Relong, Kemunting. The deceased are identified as Jasmaniza Man, 35, Muhammad Anak Rizki, Muhammad Khairul, 4, and Nur Aulia Medina, 3. Well, according to a spokesperson for the Perak Fire and Rescue Department, 3 people were also injured in the fire, which broke out about 1 a.m. They are Jasmaniza's husband, Muhammad Khairul Ismail, 38, their son, Muhammad Afiq Aryan, 6, and Jasmaniza's brother, Jamal Azwan, age 33. Now, the bodies were handed over to the police while the injured were sent to Taiping Hospital. The firefighting operation ended at 4:40 a.m. SOCSO reviews records of COVID-19 victims to check eligibility for benefits. Stay with us. Employees Provident Fund, or EPF contributors, can now register via email or regular mail starting 1st April for the Ailisari withdrawal facility announced by Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin yesterday. Now, for online registration, EPF members can do so beginning 1st of May.
KWSP menyarankan ahli-ahli agar membuat pendaftaran secara online bermula 1 Mei kerana proses online adalah lebih cepat dan tepat dan hanya mengambil masa 3 hari untuk diproses. Permohonan secara email dan pos mungkin memakan masa lebih lama kerana pengesahan manual perlu dibuat dengan lebih terperinci bagi melindungi keselamatan akaun ahli.
Chief EPF Officer Ali Zakri Alias, via a public service message broadcast sent to RTM, also advised EPF members to use the above-mentioned methods, adding that they need not visit any of the EPF branches during the movement control order period. Now, Tan Sri Muhyiddin yesterday announced that all EPF members below the age of 55 can make a monthly withdrawal of up to 500 ringgit from their Account 2 savings for 12 months beginning 1st April. The initiative, one of the latest government's measures to deal with the impact of the COVID-19 outbreak, is expected to benefit up to 12 million EPF members. Some 40 billion ringgit is expected to be withdrawn. The Ministry of Human Resources, through its agency, Social Security Organisation, or SOCSO, is reviewing the records of all COVID-19 victims to check their eligibility for SOCSO benefits. Now, Minister Dato Sri M. Saravanan said this is to ensure fast delivery of benefits to those who are eligible so that the welfare of their families and dependents is taken care of. Now, in a statement, the minister said so far they had identified the 3rd deceased patient of COVID-19 infection, a former employee of Sabah Port Sendirian Berhad, who met the eligibility requirements of SOCSO invalidity scheme. Also eligible for SOCSO benefits under the same scheme as the 7th victim to die of COVID-19, who was a 57-year-old man who passed away at Kuala Lumpur Hospital on the 21st of March. Now, the minister said family members of both victims are eligible for the funeral benefits and the monthly monthly survivors pension, adding those benefits will be handed to them after the quarantine period is over and when they are ready. Well, a total of 12.2 million ringgit in food aid has been allocated to 74,530 university students who are staying at their hostels during the Movement Control Order, or MCO. And Senior Minister Dato Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said the government will fully bear the food expense of the students who did not return to their hometown. The senior minister said those benefiting were students from the public universities, private higher education institutions, community colleges, teacher training institutes, and in matriculation colleges.
Sama ada dia beri kupon untuk beli di kafe-kafe ataupun gerai-gerai yang dah sedia ada, ataupun dia nak memasak sendiri kalau ada tempat memasak dan sebagainya di universiti, itu kita serah kepada universiti. Ya, kita serah. Pelaksanaan kita serahkan kepada IPT yang berkaitan.
On Wednesday, the Higher Education Ministry ordered all university students from private and local institutions to stay put during the MCO, even if tickets to return home have been bought. On a separate issue, Dato Sri Ismail Sabri guaranteed that food and other essential items were sufficient during the MCO. Kereta Api Tanah Melayu Berhad KTMB will be suspending its interstate and intercity train services beginning tomorrow and not today, as stated earlier. Well, according to a statement issued last night, the suspension of the services is until the end of the Movement Control Order, MCO, and the effective date was deferred to Wednesday as many commuters have bought the tickets for today's train services. Its Chief Executive Officer, Dato Insignor Kamarul Zaman Zainal, said the suspension of the services, which involves only two services, Electric Train Services, ETS, and KTM Intercity, and they would operate daily compared to 8 of the normal situation. Now, he said KTM commuter operation would be reduced to 49 services a day for the Klang Valley and northern sector. However, KTMB would fully suspend Express Rakyat Timuran, Express Selatan and Shuttle Tebrau services until the MCO enforcement ends. While Sky Park Link train services between Kuala Lumpur Central Station and Sultan Abdul Aziz Shah Airport in Subang would be reduced to 4 services daily against 8 before. Passengers are urged to obtain information on the train operation services via its website www.ktmb.com.my. Well, here at home, any decision on whether the Malaysia Games or SUKMA in Johor will proceed or not in July will only be made once the Movement Control Order ends on 31st March. Now, according to National Sports Council or NSC Director General Dato Ahmad Shapawi Ismail, any decision will only be made after the MCO expires, as the SUKMA Supreme Council meeting last week that was supposed to discuss the matter had to be postponed due to the ongoing MCO from 18 to the 31st of March. Now, as such, Dato Ahmad Shapawi said there is no decision yet on whether the Johor edition of the Games will be postponed or even cancelled. He was commenting on a blog post which claimed that 28 sport associations have voted for the biennial games not to be held as scheduled from 11 to the 19th of July due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, earlier, the Olympic Council of Malaysia was also reported to have suggested for the Johor SUKMA dates to be reviewed as a result of the COVID-19 situation. And that concludes today's update at noon. In our top story, King expresses sadness and concern about frontliners infected with COVID-19. And with that, News on 2 comes on at 7 this evening. I'm Amin Carlos. Thanks for watching, and we hope you'll take care of yourself and have a great day ahead.